let's talk about Anthony Joshua. Now, there's this story that on some of the judges' card, Anthony Joshua was actually leading, from round 1 to 9 on the judges' card, and he lost it between round 9 and round 12. Now, is this the end of Anthony Joshua losing to Usyk? Is it the end of his career? Do you guys see him bouncing back? Because I saw how devastated he was after the fight. And I don't know. What's your take on this?
Okay, let me. Sorry, I'll give
okay,
you.
there we go.
Take on it, right, Ladi. I don't want to follow any report. I saw the match live. I don't want to believe in a judge that gave Anthony Joshua 1 round or judges that gave him 1. We all saw it. It was well beaten in this fight, right? Like the first fight. You can contest this. Nobody can contest it, So that fight was worthily won by Usyk. But there's no doubt about it. Even Anthony Joshua and his camp, they know this is happened. So the other question is it the end for Anthony Joshua? I would say, to me, I would say yes. Because I don't think there's any motivation out there for him now. He's been beaten 3 times in 5 fights. So who are you going to fight next? He's not going to fight fully wants Usyk. They bring money, fully want to fight Usyk. Without that, they can go. So I think Anthony Joshua hasn't got anything to offer. That's my point.
Dele, what's your take?
Let me add to what Femi just rightfully said. I remember we had this conversation a couple of weeks before that bout, and I told you that he will lose to Usyk. That Usyk was miles ahead of him. Let's be honest, there was a big improvement between the first bout and the second bout. Major improvement on the side of Joshua. But did Joshua do enough to take the belt from Usyk? Honestly, no. Let's face reality. I don't need any judge to tell me white is white or red is red. He did not do enough to beat Usyk. He did not do enough to dethrone Usyk. Let me deviate a bit. If you have seen UFC over the weekend, Kamaru and Edwards did enough to dethrone Usman. He took his head off. If the fight had ended the way it was going, Usman would have been and still standard. He knew he had to take him out, which he did. Joshua did not take Usyk out. Let's face reality. That one judge scored 113, one said 115. Please, it's all wow. Let's put that aside. Did he do enough? Honestly, he didn't. Is this the end of Joshua's career? Sadly, Usyk is looking for a big payday. Tyson Fury is looking for a big payday as well. That is the fight everybody wants to see. Usyk against Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury chooses to fight, Deontay Wilder is still waiting in the shadows as well. He's still lurking in the shadows, waiting. If Fury decides not to fight anymore, Wilder is still in the picture. Who stands a better chance? My brother, people will pick Wilder ahead of Joshua right now. Let's face reality. It's just so sad that
don't you think that Joshua Wilder is tantalizing for boxing fans?
No, you see, Ladi, honestly, the last time I was here, I think we spoke about this fight. And like also said, we agreed that it was going to be very, very difficult for Anthony Joshua. In fact, I remember that what I said on the day was that unless the fight was fixed, that was the only way Anthony Joshua was going to defeat Usyk. Usyk is a beast. Usyk is a monster. Usyk is too much. Look, the only fighter that has got the possibility, and it's a possibility, of defeating Usyk is Tyson Fury. But that fight is going to be bloody. That fight is going to be dramatic. That fight is going to be out of this world. Yeah. But to that question, is it over for Anthony Joshua? No, it isn't. Like we always say here, the downfall of a man is not the end of his life.
That's right.
We have seen champions lose their belts and they still fight their way back to reclaim it.
That's it.
Muhammad Ali, he lost his belt, he fought his way back to reclaim it. Evander Holyfield, he lost his belt, fought his way back to reclaim it. The greatest boxers in world history have at a time been beaten, and then they work their way back to winning. However, I have always had my reservations about Anthony Joshua. To me, Anthony Joshua is not up there as an heavyweight fighter. And it was only a matter of time before he unravels. It's just like Samuel Peters. You see, I remember that the very first time Samuel Peters won the world heavyweight boxing title, a friend of mine, a friend of mine called me and asked me that, Wole, please, that belt that Samuel Peters won, is it the same belt that those great fighters those years, Mike Tyson, the rest and all, is it the same belt that they won that year that he has just won? And I say yes. It was only a matter of time. There's what we call pretenders, and that's what the people call contenders. Sometimes time and chance happen to us all in life. I just feel that time and chance has already happened to Anthony Joshua. So to reclaim that title back is going to be very difficult. It's going to be an Herculean task. It's not impossible, but it's going to be an Herculean task.
But guys, looking at the way things is panning out right now in the heavyweight division, I know that Deontay Wilder is trying to find his way back, scoring his way back into the game. Don't you think Anthony Joshua Wilder, might sound good to boxing fans? Don't you think that's a very good proposition?
It might sound good, but it's not the next fight for Anthony Joshua.
No doubt. No. It's not the next big fight. The next big fight, no doubt, is Fury going up against Alexander Usyk. That's a fight everybody wants to see right now.
Joshua just dropped down the ladder now. He needs to fight his way back. He's going to need about 3 fights to get back to go and fight Wilder.
You realize we still have Dele and Wole, you still have Chisora, you still have Joyce, you still have Andy Ruiz. Do you know how many they are?
Forget about those ones.
But wait. I want to ask you guys something. What does Anthony Joshua needs to do to get to that level you guys are talking about? So
forget about those ones.
You can't give what you don't have.
Number 3.
No.
Number 3.
Anthony can improve. And you saying he doesn't really have it to be a good boxer?
No, what I'm saying is that as long as sorry to cut you guys short. What I'm saying is that as long as Tyson Fury and Usyk are still active, AJ cannot be champion. Forget about it.
Exactly.
As long as those 2 fighters are still available, are still active, forget about it. So let's pray that Fury remains retired. And let's pray that Usyk decides to go to war, that he just wants to keep fighting. He doesn't want to box anymore. That's the only way he can be champion again.
Also,
talking about retirement. Talking about it. Okay, Wole, you want to say? Go ahead, Wole. Go ahead.
No, also, I agree with you. The way it is right now, Anthony Joshua is number 3 in the world. Forget Dillian White, forget Chisora, all those ones, they're behind Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is
Wilder.
The first 2 fighters in the world right now are Usyk and Tyson Fury. Now, the fight that everybody want to see right now is Usyk Tyson Fury. That fight is going to break all records. Remember when this guy, what's he called now? Floyd Mayweather. Remember when he fought that Filipino?
Manny Pacquiao, he ran away from him for 5 years.
You remember how they broke all records, and all that? Usyk, Tyson Fury, the moment they announce it, it's going to be the biggest, the greatest fight of all time that we have ever seen in boxing. And that's the fight everybody wants to see right now.
So in terms of technicality, pay-per-view, everything.
That's a big payday for the guys. Now, still talking boxing. Gennady Golovkin going up against Saul Alvarez. Saul Alvarez have come out to say that he's going to send Triple G into retirement. Do you agree with him on that, Edinburgh? Do you think Saul Alvarez can send Triple G to retirement?
Well, you never can say in boxing, but I will have to wait and say that, But I don't know. Alvarez is dangerous. He's a dangerous puncher, but in boxing, you never can tell until when these two guys, I can't really pick one of them out, to be honest with you.
Ladi, if you ask me, I
Go
think
ahead, please.
Triple G has passed his prime. I think this fight should have happened years ago. I don't think Triple G is the Triple G we used to know. I think Saul Alvarez stands a better chance of winning this bout, which I don't want. I would have wanted Triple G to win, but I don't think at 40. No. I think Canelo is going to run riot on Triple G, but I hope it's going to be a good fight, and I hope Triple G will give his fans what they really want to see.
Wale?
Well, that 40 years is just a number. Honestly speaking, 40 years is just a number. I've seen great boxers come around well past 40, and they've dealt with much younger opponents. I've seen Evander Holyfield do it. I've seen Lennox Lewis do it. I've seen several other boxers.
Bernard Hopkins.
So honestly speaking,
Bernard
He
Hopkins
was knocked out of the ring. Bernard Hopkins was knocked out of the ring by a 21-year-old.
But before he got knocked out of the ring, he still sent some young guys into. He still sent some young guys down.
He's 21-year-old now.
And Larry Holmes did it.
Yeah,
forgotten that Larry Holmes did it.
Yeah.
And even Judge Foreman came back and did it. That's right. Judge Foreman did it as well. So it is possible.
I don't want you guys to take me out of context. I'm saying that Triple G.
Do you know why I feel it's possible? We saw the first fight. It was very, very close. Ended in a draw. The second fight was given to Saul Alvarez. Fine. Now I feel Ronaldo will have gone back, to look at what he made, the mistake he made in the second fight. And I'm sure we're going to see something different, most definitely. And Saul Alvarez has been very vocal. He's been trash talking concerning this fight. And I think that's going to be an emotional thing for Triple G. He will really want to make his statement. So don't rule out a Triple G victory in this fight. It is possible. We saw Gennady against Bivol. Well, you saw that fight, Gennady and Bivol.
Yeah.
He looked very ordinary. Well, you might say probably because he stepped up his weight, because he had to go to light heavyweight category. Now he's coming back to his regular weight. Let's see what's going to happen. September 28th is the day. Now let's move on to basketball, guys.